Hey family, what's up? It is Wednesday, February something something, 2018. Welcome to Tone's Take. I'm your boy Tony. Not much to really talk about today, except for what we've been talking about for the past week, and it's the students at the Parkland High School, Stoneman Douglas High School. They had their big visual stand up. I can't remember exactly what the hashtag was. Let me pull that up real quick. Students stand up, where thousands of students from Stoneman Douglas and other high schools basically just they're coming together, man. They're becoming a force to be reckoned with when we talk about the debate on assault weapons, and I am really hoping that this is finally the straw that breaks the camel's back for people that actually support assault weapons being a weapon of choice for people to even buy and purchase, and have in their households in this country. It sometimes just makes me think, what makes us so paranoid to have and to want to buy and purchase these sorts of weapons in the first place. What also happened today, as many of you saw in the afternoon, Donald Trump held a direct town hall with many of the victims of shootings from Parkland High School going all the way back to Columbine, including Sandy Hook. It was very candid and very emotional at some points. There was a one father, let me just get his name real quick as well, Andrew Pollock, who lost his daughter Meadow. She was one of the 17 that was killed at Parkland, Florida, and I mean he gave a very impassioned and emotional speech, basically saying he will not rest until things change in America. And man, if you didn't get to hear his speech, I urge you to please just listen to that. How he just talks about it with his three sons who are with him. You can really just feel the hurt in this man's heart, and my heart goes out to them because, again, I've said it before. I have two beautiful young daughters. Both are under the age of three or three and under, and I just I fear for the day that they have to go to public school and potentially face some deranged lunatic who wants to come and shoot up their school or their classroom for any reason. There were a lot of great points that were made, really just a lot of emotions that were being put on display. And I thought the worst part of it was, apparently someone got a picture of Donald Trump's little note cards, or his one note card, and on it said just a few things. Number one was, what would you want me to know about your experience? And then the second thing was, what can we do to help you feel safe? And then there was like a third point and a fourth point, which was blocked by his fingers. And then the last one was, I hear you. So to me, it kind of, I thought it was great that Trump actually took time out of his schedule to sit down and listen to these folks, especially after the Florida House of Representatives, or the Florida Senate, whatever it was yesterday, just completely flat out gave a nay vote to actually even talking about an assault weapons ban in Florida. So whether it was a publicity stunt, whether whatever it was, I do applaud Trump for taking time out, and I do feel. I have to believe that as a human, Trump really doesn't want to see this happen again. And I think he has a perfect platform and a perfect advantage to really cement himself as a great president if he actually does make some waves in the banning of assault weapons. It can't just be, bump stocks, which, hardly anyone really uses. It became a point of contention during the Las Vegas massacre back in 2017. But again, you can fire semi-automatic or any sort of these assault rifles and still injure and kill a lot of people. So it can't just be we're going to ban this or we're going to ban that, or we're going to do more stringent mental health checks, which he also said was going to be done, or background checks. Those are great, but if we're trying to ban guns and we're trying to ban assault rifles, we just need a flat out ban on assault rifles. And to those other things, age, mental health, all those things are going to be great add-ons, but it has to be a complete package. So my hope is that Donald Trump does that. My hope is that, these students can really, take this and move forward with it and really make something of their movement. It's amazing how they have just quickly turned a crisis and grieving into a movement full of passion. And it's amazing to see this coming from high school students in Florida and across the nation. So my heart, again, it just goes out to them because they have been through so much, and just to show the relentless pursuit that they have to see something happen, to see something change finally, is just, it amazes me. It really amazes me, and it makes me wish that I could do more with what I have. So I take a lot of inspiration from them. Let me know what you guys think. One about Trump and his little index card, which was basically, I guess, notes for him to show empathy and compassion. Did it feel cold, or in any way? Again, he didn't really say much. Even at the end of the town hall discussion, Betsy DeVos, the education secretary, her final statement or final speech wasn't really that compelling that anything was actually going to be done. It sounded like there was just going to be more conversation and more talking. So was this just a grandstand, or are we really going to see changes happen? So I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Was it genuine to you, and do you think that anything is actually going to change? So those are my thoughts. I would like to think something is going to change, but I think this may have just been a ploy to show that Trump cares, but at the end of the day, it's too big of an issue for one man or one president to deal with, because we've seen it since Columbine, from George Bush through 2 terms, really Bill Clinton, even since Columbine happened in '99. So Bill Clinton, George Bush, Barack Obama, 3 presidents over the past 18, 19 years have done nothing to stop this. And as that parent, the father, said, there should have been one school shooting, and that should have been it. There should have been no more. And we've seen time and time again that it just keeps happening. So let me know what your thoughts are. One of Trump's questions was, what should we do? What are the solutions? It's almost like he doesn't realize that solutions have been brought forward time and time again. It's almost as if he's not even connected to the media to hear what these students have been saying about how they felt and how people would like to feel safe. He even went as far as to say equipping teachers with guns or having them in lockers and classrooms would be a good idea. And to me, I'm like, no, these teachers went to school to teach. And educate others, not to protect them. That needs to be a job for someone else. They want to teach. They don't want to have to feel like at any time they need to pull out a weapon and play shoot 'em up with some deranged lunatic running wild across the school. So there's just a lot of thoughts that I have. I support a security force that is dispersed throughout schools. I know that brings up fears of privatized security, like I think Blackwater or something being hired under contract to go out to schools, and what that could even entail. But I don't want to ramble on. I'd love to get your thoughts. Again, this was a really chill one. I'm not feeling the best right now, but I thought I'd just, give you my thoughts on, this ongoing discussion that we're having, I realize I keep saying, a lot, and I'm going to work on that. So glad you all are joining me again. I love getting your feedback. I love your comments. Let me know what else you'd like to hear me talk about. I enjoy your suggestions and our conversation, our daily conversation. And I'm going to start focusing more on some global things happening as well. The destruction that continues to happen in Syria. Apparently there was a mega pastor in the Philippines who's trying to escape after some embezzlement or something happening there. It's just a lot of stuff, a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world that, again, we can get so caught up in focusing on things that are happening in the U.S., rightfully so, we live here, but there are people around the world who are also being abused and killed en masse. And so I want to cover that as well. I also want to cover some positive things, because it just feels like there's a lot of negative. So let me know what stories are out there, and I'm gonna cover some different stories as well, and also keep, you know, this one about the Parkland students and their crusade to really change things in our country at the forefront. So that is all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed listening, and my awesome fireplace. I am going to probably go to bed now, maybe take some meds, and we'll see what happens there. No dancing today. Well, maybe. Let's dance to some jazz.